We're here today on Hudson Road in Southwick, which is the Local 98 Operators Union 35-acre training facility. They invited us out here to do some training, and what we chose to do is exercise our structural collapse capabilities.
Today is the fourth session of our structural collapse exercise for the year. Today is where we put all of the planning and functional drill and tabletop and all of the parts together that we've been preparing for. We've spent the last several years building up quite a cache of tools and equipment, and now it's to make sure that they function as we anticipate, that we are proficient with them, and that we can utilize them in the way that we think we can. The goal today is to test our ability to respond and effectively deploy our resources and assets.
So this is part 4 of a 4-part series we've been running over the last year in order to test our internal systems for structural collapse, but in addition, we are adding some other agencies we haven't worked exclusively on structural collapse with before.
Today we've got a whole bunch of agencies actually. We have some members of the Mass Hazmat team, State Hazmat team here. They are working through their JHURT program with the State Police and specifically the bomb squad. We also have some communications organizations.
We also have on site today a number of doctors that we're building a relationship with. So when we have a major deployment, we have some medical capability beyond that we do now. We're coming in today as the secondary agency. So the primary fire department responded, maybe some of their mutual aid agencies, some ambulances, and they were able to get some victims out of the top of the rubble and things like this. So where we come in is when that ends and they can't reach anybody else or they can't find anybody else. So today we're doing a whole lot of searching. We're using a lot of our camera equipment, boring holes. We're finding not only victims, but we're also finding suspicious devices. With these suspicious devices, we have the Massachusetts bomb squad on site, and they're able to help us clear these devices or identify what they are. The bomb squad had to deploy the robot into a pipe where we didn't want to put a technician into, so they could actually search that pipe for us using a robot to keep our technicians safe. We also have the State Hazmat team here. They're not only would be doing air monitoring for us, but they have some new equipment. They can put cameras on vests on technicians entering into a dangerous zone. We're testing that today for the first time, and our hope is that this system may help speed up the rescue efforts when we find a victim, because the people in the warm zone or cold zone can actually see what the technician is talking about when he's requesting equipment for inside the hot zone. We're also using a whole slew of our other equipment, breaching and breaking, multiple different techniques for doing that. Searching, we're using concrete cutting tools, we're using steel cutting tools, all the way down to tin cutting tools, hand tools.
As we move forward and try to incorporate appropriate safety for ourselves, we also want to make sure that when we get to that patient that we can, stop any life-threatening bleeding and extricate them safely.
Yeah, so you need the trench shovel. The
entrenching tool.
So we're doing things like removing a victim and then how do we hand them off to the next medical level.
On your walker.
we're trying to sort of incorporate all of these little things that we've put together over the years. Hopefully we will identify some areas that we're lacking and find the resources that we need to patch those holes and to build up ourselves up a little stronger.
So after today, we hope to identify any areas that we need improvement on, including the interaction with other teams. Our hope is that next year we can involve the other agencies even a step further than they are today as part of the rescue effort. Our plan here is to maybe build a more permanent structure that we can train in regularly to hone our rescue skills and allow these other agencies to safely get into these spaces and see what we do.